Some people dream about sports cars, vacationing, girls. I dream about wine, cereal, chips, and gummies. And I'm gonna make this dream happen where I'm gonna see what pairs with what. I've seen other people talk about this in forums and figured this is gonna be awesome. It doesn't matter that it's Halloween anymore, and who cares? I love all of these things. I love anything pretty much that's bad for me. I always wanna eat. And this is gonna be a lot of fun. I'll tell you what I have set up here. We've got Lucky Charms, fantastic cereal. Never really got to have it as a kid. Just too much sugar. My mom wouldn't let me have this in the house. And my favorite thing actually to do with Lucky Charms isn't even to eat the cereal the way it's supposed to be consumed. I like to pour it in a bowl, and then with the milk, I slowly start siphoning away the boring stuff, which is the regular, these like little pieces. And then I'm left with a bowl just of the marshmallows. And then what I would do, a couple times doing this where I'd spill the milk off the spoon, then I would just have this bowl of all these soggy marshmallows. Oh, so good. And the milk would take on the flavor of those marshmallows. So cereal number one, Lucky Charms. Then we've got some Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and because the word toast is in there, I figured gotta have some Toasted Head Chardonnay. That California style, lots of oak, lots of butter, caramel. I'm assuming will be on the nose. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm assuming that that's the style of what this Chardonnay is gonna be. We've got an Alsacian Gewurztraminer. Yeah, this was the Alsacian Gewurztraminer. Fairly dry in style, but a little bit of residual sugar in there, not too much. Lots of floral, white dried flowers and that lychee kind of candied mandarin orange skin thing going on. And then we've got a German Riesling, 50 grams of residual sugar going on over here. And just for some fun, I've got some gummies in the middle here. Oh, it's really shocking that I don't weigh a lot more than I do. And then I've got some sweet chili heat Doritos. So we'll just play around and see what works best with what. Gummies are delicious. What do we do first? Well, let's start over here. Lucky Charms into the bowl. Whoever would have thought I would one day be filmed eating Lucky Charms. Okay, let's see what happens with this Riesling. You know what this show actually needs, what this episode needs is, I know that everyone here is thinking that there's no sophistication going on. I'm gonna wear glasses actually, because it'll make it seem like we're doing something very intelligent here, testing what cereal will pair with these wines. Yes, that actually wasn't bad. If I go back to this Riesling, there was enough sugar here to balance out with the cereal. It's not really matching the creaminess. It's not really matching the creaminess of those marshmallows, but not a total disaster. That's okay. That's okay. Okay. Let's see what happens with the Gewurztraminer. The smell, by the way, too much of that kind of cleaning product florality already. I can tell that this is more of a marshmallowy campfire sweetness, and this is too crisp and fresh. This isn't going to work. This Gewurztraminer and Lucky Charms, it's not a thing. That is not going to be a thing. I can tell you that. No, ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, let's see what happens with the Toasted Head Chardonnay from California. Hoping that the creaminess and weight of this wine will match better, but let's find out. Wow, really, really butterscotch, vanilla, caramel, that California oak Chardonnay style. This is it. If you like that kind of wine, go out and just buy toasted head. I think this was less than 20 bucks. I think that toasted note might pair with a marshmallow okay. Let's see what happens here. Not bad, just I gotta say, even though the smokiness of the oak from the Napa, is this made in Napa? Where's toasted head? California, barrel aged for less than a year. Real barrel aging going on there. Even though the oak barrel, that smokiness that's kind of in the Chardonnay, you would think would go with that marshmallow really well. There's something about, there's a little bit of weight on this Riesling because it's 50 grams of sugar. Somehow it actually, I don't know, I thought that worked really well. Well, not really well. It was good. I would give that a 7.5 out of 10. I would say this is worth trying. Let's go to another cereal. Let's see. Let's see what happens with Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Not really a cereal that I ever ate in my life, but I would think that the cinnamon notes would go well with that chard. The other thing actually that's missing in this lineup is I never even thought about getting a Sauterne. So Sauterne is a dessert wine, Southern Bordeaux, really tasty, one of my favorite wines. Let's get this going on. Maybe I underestimated this as a cereal. It is pretty good. Nice texture. I can see this going soggy though really fast, and I'm not a fan of soggy cereal. Okay, so Riesling, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. What's going to happen here? There's something clashing here. I'm not sure what it is, but there's something there. I think it's that milky creaminess that's going on with the cinnamon and the toasted crunch that doesn't work with the sharpness of the Riesling. So let's see what happens with the Gewurztraminer. It's probably going to be an epic fail. Actually, this is not as bad as I thought. There's something about the florality there that pairs and matches really well. That kind of flower note in that kind of potpourri, that bathroom potpourri, dried flowers, isn't so bad with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Let's see what happens with our Chardonnay from California, our barrel-aged Chardonnay from California. On the nose, that butter seems like this is gonna go really, really well. Let's move these around. Let's not mix up the glasses. That buttery barrel oak toasted butterscotch note. Just gonna keep these all in the right order. Seems like it's gonna pair really well. Oh yeah. This could be a thing. This could be a real thing. Wine seems a little sour by comparison, of course, if I still have some of the Cinnamon Toast Crunch in my mouth, but let's try that one more time. Just still those undertones of the cinnamon and the butter in the cereal. Good weight matching. Actually, this was pretty good. So far, that seems to be. Wait. Uh-oh. I can't remember what I just had him put down. Okay, well, this is definitely the California. Let's try this again. This is the Gewurztraminer. Yeah, because I can smell tons of oak on this. just because that wasn't so bad, and I think I just drank the wrong wine, but just to compare. No. Definitely a better matching. That's not bad. Match and weight. Okay, let's see what happens when we move over to some candy. This is freaking awesome. It's a great way to spend an afternoon. So, just to change it up, let's go chip. Let's go with spicy, little bit of chili heat, salted chip. I never thought I would like the sweet chili heat Dorito chip, but it's actually become my favorite flavor. Saltiness lingers around a little bit. The Napa Chard doesn't work. It's too heavy. It's too creamy. Doesn't really work. Let's get that salty thing going on. That's not bad. The sweet chili heat Dorito paired with the Alsatian Gewurztraminer. The Gewurztraminer, though, I think is a little too aromatic, a little too strong, and it's overpowering the chip. If you think of volume knobs, the chip, even though it says sweet chili heat, the volume is set to like a 6. It's not quite a crazy loud in your face thing, but the Gewurztraminer is just so aromatic that it overpowers it. Let's see the Alsatian Riesling. Let's see here. Good color on the chips, good complexity, lots of detail. That was nice. That was actually nice. The Riesling and the chip might be a hint sweet, but overall fairly same, go back to that volume knob thing, fairly same where those knobs are set, and some of the sweetness from the Riesling is kind of just tapering off a little bit of that saltiness. So that was okay. I would say that that's the winner. So just to recap here, so I remember, the Riesling and the Lucky Charms, the Napa Chard and the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and the Riesling, which is in the lead, this is 2 for the Riesling, is pairing well with these chips. So far, I'm going to go with Riesling for a good pairing. Gummies. Should we go green? Let's go green. It takes a long time to chew these. They're big. Let's start back at this Chard. Nope. The gummies make it seem sour. There's probably way more sugar going on in this little tiny gummy than that Chardonnay, so that doesn't work. Do I go with another color, or do I stick with the same color? What's the move here? Let's go other colors. It's sugar. It should be okay. Typically, when you have dessert, the rule is that you want the wine to be sweeter than the dessert that you're serving, so it doesn't make the wine seem really sour. I mean, that's kind of what's going on here, is that these gummies have way more sugar than what's in these glasses. The Riesling has 50 grams, so maybe that's okay, but the smell pairing of... Here, I'll just swirl this. Didn't work. Same, but different. Let's see how it goes with the Gewurztraminer. Not bad, not good, but not bad. Let's see that Riesling yellow this time. Keep changing it up. So this is out. It's definitely not that. These guys are going to go head to head. Let's get this thing of chips out of the way. It's time for a face-off. It's time for a Riesling on the left versus Gewurztraminer on the right, with the judge being my thing of gummies. So what was interesting about the Riesling actually was that kind of petrol note, that rubber garden hose beach ball note that usually is on, I find mostly is on the nose with Riesling, kind of pairs with the plastic fakeness of candy, you know, that there's that manufacturedness of candy. And the Gewurztraminer just has this over-the-top dried flower lychee thing going on. So they both kind of bring something different to the table. Let's see here. Let's place your predictions right now in your head, what you think is going to win. Let's see. We're going to go purple, and we're going to stay with the same color. It's going to be purple and purple for each of the wines. Let's see. Okay. Tastes like gummy. Still tastes like gummy. Rinse it around my palate. So what isn't working here is the mismatch in sweetness. That this is seeming a little sour, and that's a problem. The florality, that lots of that kind of candied fruit is pairing, but there's a sugar problem here. Let's see. I think this is out. I think this is going to the Riesling. Here we go. Here we go. This is it. Riesling and gummies. Riesling and chips. Riesling and Lucky Charms. Now, keep in mind, this is German Riesling. You can get a drier style of Riesling. I don't know that an Alsacian drier, 8-10 grams Trocken in Germany, that style of Riesling may not have worked for this, but this is 50 grams of residual sugar, and this worked really well. What I really liked actually with the gummies was that gummy taste that's lingering in my mouth, and when I picked up the glass, that aroma that kind of came in before I took a sip, just that kind of petrol note, fantastic, good match in sweetness. This is it. This was 3 wins for the Riesling. We had 1 win for the California Chardonnay, which paired with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. But who knew German Riesling would work so well, I guess, in terms of the closest thing to a dessert wine that had the most sugar. So that could have been it. The last thing I think really to try here, take a glass from here, is what happens, place your predictions, what if we pour some Cinnamon Toast Crunch just into a glass, just bypass the A and then B. What if we just skip that part, and we get our Cinnamon Toast Crunch here, and we just get the toasted head right in there, just really all in one sip, all in one bite, all in just what is going to happen here. So let's just put this out in front. What's happening with this? Let's bring it back here. Take this out of the way. Wow, look at this floating stuff. Cloudiness. Give it a nice swirl. Get those flavors blending together. We've got Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and we have a Napa Chard. The smell is actually really cool. It's got lots of that California Chard oak, but then that cinnamon from the Cinnamon Toast Crunch is just popping in here. Cool. It's probably going to be really gross. Okay, the juice on its own is pretty good, because I guess there's so much sugar going on here that it's just helping to make this pretty tasty. But lots of that oak going on from here, the cinnamon being layered in there. We got to get some of these little pieces. It's not as disgusting as you would have thought this would be. It's not good, but it doesn't taste completely awful. Maybe it's worse than I thought. Yeah. Anyway, that was really fun. I've always wanted to do something like this. Thanks for indulging. Long episode, but hopefully a lot of fun. Go and try it. Go get a Napa Chard. Go get some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Try it. Let me know what you think. And go get a sweet German Riesling. Go get some Lucky Charms. Go get some spicy chips. And keep in mind that a lot of the time, spicy foods pair really well with something with a little bit of sweetness in there. That's why Gewurztraminer or a slightly sweeter Riesling are a really good pairing for Thai food and things that just have a little bit of kick, because that sweetness is going to taper off some of that spice, and some of that spice is going to help pull back on some of that sweetness. So it pairs really well. Anyway, come on, crap or